Alright, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to episode 2. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy, and I'm excited about this one today. So, as we've been, from the last episode, or which was actually the first one, I told you that we're doing the Caribbean. We're going to be really exploring the Caribbean in depth. So we're going to continue that today, and today we're going to be flying to Trinidad. Now, once we kind of get up in the air and we get settled and we start climbing, I'm just going to go more into what Trinidad is all about. Just some general facts and probably throw a cool little video inside there that we could watch for a little bit. And then from there we'll head down towards Trinidad, and we'll land and we'll go and party. So as you can see, we got a sexy chrome livery for the Beechcraft. I was really excited to show this off, but you know what? We're going to be taking VIP characters today, or VIP passengers. So, we got to fly in style, you know what I'm saying? So let's just do a quick once-over of the Beechcraft. Let's go up here. Yeah, there we go. Nice, beautiful, shiny livery. And I'm telling you, man, I'm really excited to take this up in here. Look at that, see the sunlight glistening off. It's nice and early today. Alright, so let's go ahead. Just to save time, I already have things set up for you in the cockpit. So we'll go ahead and we'll just take a look at it. One of the things that I've invested in, I've really tried to get things sorted out and make things a little more smoother than than the last flight that we had. So one of the things that I've invested in is Navigraph. So I'm running the Navigraph charts app right now. So I just want to get my hands on better charts, better navigation aids, that sort of thing. So right now we are actually in Venezuela still. So last trip we flew to Valencia. Today we are in Barcelona, Venezuela. And I am not even going to try and pronounce the name of this airport. All I know is General Jose Antonio, and the last part is a tongue twister. So let's just ignore that part. But we're in Barcelona, Venezuela, and we're going to be flying across to Trinidad. Let's go ahead and just take a real quick look at our flight plan. It's really simple. So we're going to be taking off from runway 15 today. We're going to be heading about northeast, and we're just going to be following the coastline pretty much. And we're going to be doing a straight-in approach into runway 10 in Trinidad at Piarco International Airport. And I'm really excited about this approach. I was hoping we'd get it because we will actually get a good look at Port of Spain, which is the capital. It's basically in this area as we're flying in. We'll cross it on the left, and we're going to be doing the RNAV 10 approach into Piarco. All right, so everything's pretty much all set up. There's just one or two things that I need to set here in the cockpit. We're going to be flying at 30,000 today, so just going to dial that in. And let's go 30,000. All right. Okay, and what I also want to do as well, because we're going to be doing a little kind of loop-de-loop thing at the airport, I'm just going to dial in the runway heading, and I'm going to probably try and turn on the autopilot as fast as possible so we can just kind of catch this little bend here. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's go ahead and turn our flight director on. I'm gonna switch the CDI source into FMS, and so we have that ready. I don't know really when you're supposed to turn the yaw damp on, so I'm just gonna switch it on now. I'm assuming this will kick in when you turn on the autopilot, so but I just want to get it on now. All right, and I think that is about it. We should be good to go. One last thing I want to check is the I just want to get the QNH setting for the airport today. For some reason, I never get a QNH setting at this airport, so I'm just going to leave it at 299.2, and we're going to go from there. One of the things that I didn't do last time that I'm going to do now is to go ahead and set our cabin altitude. Now that we're actually kind of flying high up, I just want to make sure we have our cabin altitude set correctly so that nobody passes out or chokes to death when we reach up there. So as I said, we're flying at 30,000 feet today, so we have it set for 30, and that's about it. All right, so I think we're all good to go for departure. Just gonna take the prop controls out of feather, and let's drop the mixture controls down to low RPM. Alright, let's call the tower and request a pushback, and I think once we're fully pushed back, we will go ahead and start the engines. Alright, beacons on. Let's go to tower. Let's go to ground. And no. Oh wait, there we go. Ground services. Request pushback.
Barcelona ground, Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Charlie Hotel requesting pushback. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Charlie Hotel pushback request accepted.
Alright, just taking off our parking brake for now. We don't really need to be pushed back too far really. Set up some wing views for us, so we can kind of sit back and chill and enjoy the flight. But I need to kind of move out of where I am just because we're surrounded by like vehicles and that sort of thing. Alright, so we've started our pushback, and I don't want to go back too far. I think that'll be good enough.
Barcelona ground, Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Charlie Hotel requesting the end of pushback. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Charlie Hotel request to end pushback received.
Alright, that looks good enough for me. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the ignition, right and left. So we already have our beacon on. Right, I think we are good to go. Alright, let's go ahead and let's start the right engine, and we'll take a look at that from the back seat. Alright, interior of this cabin is beautiful, by the way. You might take a little tour of the Beechcraft as well. A quick tour, not you've seen most of it now. Just if nobody's really had a chance to kind of move around back here, because I found out something pretty cool about it. Let's put it that way. Alright. Engine 1's looking good. Alright, let's see. So I think that's stabilized. So we're going to go ahead, switch on the right generator, turn off the starter. I will go ahead and start the left engine. Alright, things looking good. Alright, let's get back in the cockpit. Alright, master caution is off. We're going to turn the left generator on. Ignition will go off. And turn on some of these lights. Recognition. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the taxi lights. So now that both are started, we're going to put the engine mixture to full. Let's just turn on my parking brakes as well. And we can let actually no, let's put this to full as well. Alright. So I think we're all set. As far as I know, I'm going to go ahead and close this guy. It's already set to FMS. I know I'm going to forget something because I seem to always do. But I don't think it's going to be anything major. We can go ahead and turn our pitot heat on now as well. I'll leave the windshield icing off now until we need it. Let's get our first notch of flaps down. And alright, then we're good to go. Okay. Let's go and let's bring back Navigraph one more time. And so right here, what we'll do is we will go left and we'll get onto runway 2. We're gonna go down runway 2. Or we might come off in this apron here, right? Just trying to get off this runway as fast as possible. Get onto this little military apron, come back on taxiway from taxiway G, turn left, go all the way up to the end of runway 15, and then we'll get ready to head out. All right. Cool. Apply a little bit of power so we can move off. Alright. It's a really early morning here in Barcelona. It's about, I don't know, maybe around 6:30. So we're just going to taxi nice and slow to runway 15. Turn taxi lights on, okay. Runway 2. Nobody's coming. Alright, let's back up a little bit. back up off this a little bit. Yeah. Turning on to the military apron. Alright. Got some backseat action right now. Try not to drive off of the taxiway. Yeah, it took me a little while to figure out how to actually like make these views, but I'm glad I did though, because it just adds a little extra something to the experience. Alright, so just taxiing calmly. Alright. Sun is looking good. Cool. Alright, so here we are on the threshold to runway 15. So we're going to be heading left here. We come forward a little bit. So nothing there. Got a little power. Yeah, man. So I love the interior of this plane, man. It's absolutely awesome. Like, got the leather seats. I would really love to go on one in real life. So it just looks beautiful. So I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of this plane finally. Yeah, that last episode, I was really trying to kind of come to terms with the plane a little bit, get it under control. I'm not 100% there yet, but I am getting there. So hopefully there shouldn't be there shouldn't be anything too crazy happening on this flight. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this airport, I've never been here before. We gotta move faster than this. Yeah, I've never been here before, but this is a pretty decent sized airport. Actually, where we were, it's kind of weird because there's no, I don't know if you saw it, but, or it might be somewhere else, but they actually just have like loose jetways there. There's no building, it's just jetways just connected to nothing. So that's sort of weird. Alright. So I'm moving here at about 20 knots. This is a super long runway. But I didn't want to go flying down there like I always do. I normally have a hard time controlling the speed of this aircraft. minutes taxiing on the ground. If you don't really pay attention, next thing you know, you're going to be, you know, doing like 40, 50 knots. So you don't want that. All right. Interesting. There's not much wind today. Windsock looks really flaccid. Alright, here we are, end of the runway. Okay. Alright. Just gonna come around. I also found these runway lights are kind of, really, the way they stick out the ground is kind of weird. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be like that. Hold on. All right. Okay, fully lined up on the runway now. Let's do a couple last checklists. Prop to full, mixture to full. Landing lights on, taxi lights off. Flight directors turned on. Altimeter set. Yeah, I think we're all good to go. Well, actually, one thing I want to do, I want to put in the runway heading inside here, which is 155, because I want to arm the autopilot quickly. Okay. Good stuff. Heading hold is on. Alright, let's get out of here, folks. That was a very long taxi. Alright, so parking brake is off. Let's start it from the passenger seat. Airspeed's alive. Try and keep the nose down. And we're off.
Beechcraft Golf Charlie Hotel, you were not cleared to take off.
Alright, let's turn the autopilot on, and let's go into flight change mode. Don't know what that dip is, that shouldn't happen. And let's flick on nav mode as well. Alright, smooth takeoff so far. Pull back our prop controls. And I'm going to pull back the torque a little bit. Alright. Let's go back to the back seat. Let's go ahead and bring our flaps up. We don't need those anymore. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm loving this. I'm loving this livery. I'm loving that I can finally fly this plane without jerking it all over the place. Let's go back up to the cockpit for a sec. Alright. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We should be making our right turn now, sometime soon. That looks amazing. I like it. Really populated out here. Alright, so there's a couple things we need to look out for. So I'm just going to make sure that's taken care of. First thing, when we get to 10,000 feet, the landing lights will come off. Oh, that's the main thing that we need to look out for. Normally as well, we'll be looking to change our altitude. Switch to standard altitude at the transition altitude, but we're already at 299 and 2. So I'm not going to worry with that. So I was reading up as well on the Beechcraft, and so from what I've heard, pretty much like once you take off, you should be pulling back your prop levers to get 1500 RPM. So we're at about 1600 right now. Apparently achieving 1500 in this aircraft it just doesn't happen. You can pull them all the way back to just above feathered, and you're not going to get it. So I'm just going to leave them here right about now. And then as far as torque is concerned, you're looking for about 90%. And yeah, 89, that's cool as well. So you can pretty much leave it here, and the plane is going to just fly steadily all the way to 30,000 feet. No issues. So I'm glad that I got that sorted out. So let's go down here, back it up. Alright. So once we hit 10,000 feet, I'm going to switch the landing lights off, and then landing gear is down. How could I forget that? Alright. I knew I was going to forget something. It always happens. So we were flying with our landing gear down all that time. I was stupid. Okay, so once once we hit 10,000 feet, we're going to go ahead. We're going to turn off these landing lights. Then we're going to move to the back of the aircraft and just sit down and enjoy ourselves. And we're going to have a little chat about Trinidad and what Trinidad's all about. Yeah, once we're done with that, we'll take a break, and then we'll start our descent into Piarco International. But in the meantime, let's get a little look outside. Let's see how things look. I don't know why it's not following. Let's go and I'll reset the view. Showcase. There we go. Get back to this is beautiful. Climbing out, looking good. Oh, there we go. That's the shot right there. Drop it down. Come up a little bit. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a screenshot of this. Okay, so we crossed 10,000 now. Go ahead, turn landing lights off. And I think we are all set. Actually, let me just didn't turn out strobe one either. Okay. So the windshield de-ice, we'll leave that where it is for now. Okay, so aircraft is pretty much all configured. It's just going to be sitting back for now until we start a descent. So Trinidad, what's Trinidad all about? Well, let's go ahead and let's just take a look at some video clips in the meantime, and once we're done looking at the video clip, we will come back. We will talk about our approach into Trinidad, and we'll get that all set up, alright? So, thank you for joining. Enjoy this little video clip, and as I said, afterwards we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back to start our descent into Trinidad. So we are going to Trinidad today. What can I say about Trinidad? Trinidad is the 6th, I believe, largest island in the Caribbean. It has a population of about 1.3, 1.4 million people. All I could say is, if you love good food, you will love Trinidad. If you love soca music, you will love Trinidad. If you love cricket, you will love Trinidad. If you love to party, you will love Trinidad. Trinidad is one of those islands that's had a huge influence on or in the Caribbean and worldwide, especially if you're a fan of cricket. One of the arguably one of the greatest cricket players of our modern time, and I'm talking like from the late 90s to the early, well, to now, is Brian Lara. He came from Trinidad. But this island is amazing. As you can see, I took a little piece of some drone footage from Jono Hirst channel. Make sure you check that out in the description box below. He's a small YouTube channel that is based in Trinidad. Lots of cool videos there. He's friends with one of the cricket players. So make sure to check his channel out. And hopefully you can get to Trinidad one day for real. I'd like to do it myself, but in the meantime, FS 2020 will have to do. So let's get back now to the cockpit, and we should be starting our descent soon. Alright, so welcome back everyone. We are at our cruising altitude right now, 30,000. Just holding steady. But we haven't really been here for too long. and we're not going to be staying here for long either. As you can see, if you look down here on the nav display, we are heading towards the East-Nap waypoint. This waypoint, this is where we're actually going to start our descent into Trinidad. It's a fairly long distance. I think this descent is going to take probably about 20-25 minutes probably before we actually get to our initial approach fix of Analu. But let's take a quick look on Navigraph just to quickly discuss the approach that we're going to be using. Okay, so here we are heading towards East-Nap. We're going to be doing the RNAV runway 10 approach into Analu. Pretty much just going to be flying straight into the runway. So it should be a fairly easy, fairly straightforward approach. I've done this flight a few times just to practice. Last time we had to do runway 28, which required us to kind of come across the mountains and back down. But this one, as I said, is going to be really straightforward. We're going to be flying pretty much straight in. We're hitting Analu at 4,100 feet. And from East-Nap, I think that's about 1,200 feet per minute. Last time I calculated it. And then from there, we'll be going to 2,500, hitting Lexor. At Lexor, we're going to be going out to 1,700 at Talus, and I think this is where we should be capturing the glide path. If not, you should be close enough just to hand fly it, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so and then it's just all the way into runway 10, pretty much a straight shot. About to hit East-Nap now, so I'm just going to calculate our descent rate. This is my trusty descent profile calculator. We're going from 30,000, going to be going down to 4,100, and I believe it is 92? Oops. Yeah, 92 nautical miles. It's gonna be a little less now, so let's put in 90. And we're gonna be getting about 200 knots. So 1,300. Okay, close enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's start our descent. 1,300 vertical speed. 2, 3. Pull back our throttles. We want to hit about 200 knots. Now we're going to go down to 4,100. Estimated time to Analu is about 16 minutes, so it's not too bad. I'm just going to check our airspeed, make sure we're doing about 200 knots, because that's what we want to do. For some reason, the weather out here has been like, it's literally been like thundering and lightning for like a week straight. Now I don't know if that's accurate as to what's going on, but up to yesterday when I did a test flight, it was still pretty, the weather was still pretty weird, and it was a very rough approach when I did the test flight. But we'll see how things go today. But I can assure you that it's going to be a smooth landing. Well, not smooth. Let me not say that. But it's good. It should be a pretty straightforward approach into Trinidad. Alright. So what we're going to do, keep it on that airspeed. As I said, we want to keep it around 200 knots. When we hit 18,000 feet, we're going to switch over to the Trinidad altimeter setting. So today it's supposed to be 1009, which is, I gotta calculate that too. 1009 is 2980. So we're setting 2980 on the altimeter. For now though, we can go ahead and come back to the passenger seat. It's pretty interesting though. I didn't realize that Trinidad was actually that close to I didn't realize it was that close to Venezuela. Literally, once you reach the tip of Venezuela, Trinidad is probably like 1 or 2 nautical miles where Trinidad starts, and then you're into Trinidad. So, did not realize it was that close. But I did know before. I knew before that Trinidad was actually really close to South America, but I didn't realize how close it was. So, good on Flight Simulator for teaching you something new. Actually, while I have you here, let's go ahead and let's take a quick look inside here. So what I wanted to tell you, we come to the back of the plane. So right here is actually another little seat, or some storage if you want. This is the door right here with the steps. Now, I don't know if you knew this or not, but on the Beechcraft, or in the 350, this seat right here is pretty cool. It serves as not only an extra seat, but you could take this cushion off, and it's actually a toilet as well. And this door here will close, and so this turns into like a little bathroom back here, which is pretty cool and pretty nifty. I did not realize that. For some reason I was on this whole kick about which aircraft had like lavatories on them, and turns out 350 has one. It's pretty impressive, I must say. Alright, so let's get back up to the cockpit. We'll have a chance to do a little bit of kind of poking around outside and stuff, but I just want to make sure we don't miss anything important right now. Airspeed is okay for the most part. We're just below 200 knots. This is what I was talking about. This is a tip of Venezuela, and that is Trinidad right there. And that is pretty cool how close it is. Okay. Interesting as well that the glide path is, well, the glide path indicator showed up already. So for my flights into Trinidad, I've actually been successfully able to capture the glide path 100% of the time. So I don't know for we were flying into Valencia why I wasn't able to do it. Because it seems pretty straightforward. All you have to do is to make sure you have approach right here. You have your approach arm before you actually hit the final approach fix. That's where you actually capture the glide slope. So not sure what's going on there, but in fact I don't want to talk too soon. It's probably not going to work here again, but you know, whatever, it's fine. But I quite like this approach personally. As I said, you get a good view of the city of Port of Spain, which is the capital of Trinidad, and you kind of pass it. You pass it. We passed to the right of it. It's on the left when you're landing. So last time I came here, I took the drone camera, went downtown, looked for I forgot what the name of the cricket stadium is. It's a pretty famous cricket stadium there. I actually found it. I don't know why the name slipped my memory now, but it's a lot of test matches and T20s and stuff that are played there. World class ground. If you know what it is, drop it in the comments. I'm actually I forget what the name is. I knew the name when I went there last time, and I watch cricket all the time, so they're always there. I just don't remember what the name is now. They're just crazy. Alright, so if we're looking at our altitude now, we are about to cross 18,000, and I don't know if you notice as well, it started to get really like thundery and stuff outside. I'm hearing thunder, I'm seeing lightning, but it's like partially cloudy, so I have no idea where it's coming from. But that's alright. Okay. So we crossed 18,000. Let's go ahead and switch the barometer to 2980. When we reach 10,000, we're going to turn the landing lights back on. Yeah, this flight is almost done, folks. I think we're going to reach Annalu in just over 10 minutes, and we'll pretty much be on final approach into Trinidad at that point. Once we hit Annalu, that's the start of the approach. So I just want to hurry up and get there so we can I can show you what landing there is like. Trinidad is huge, man. It is a huge island. Okay. Yeah, as I said, I quite enjoy flying this plane now. But if there's other planes that you guys are interested in me flying, I'm down for whatever. The only thing I don't really fly is like the 747 and you know, those kind of planes. Not really too interested in the really big stuff, but eventually I am going to start flying the A320 and hopefully a bigger prop aircraft at some point as well. I'm hoping maybe the ATR or the Dash 8 comes inside there. Wouldn't mind flying this. Twin Otter is another cool one. I wouldn't mind flying as well. But we'll see. There's actually a lot of aircraft that are going to be coming in. I was watching a video the other day that was discussing pretty much what third-party developers are have in the works for FS 2020, and it's a pretty big list of aircraft. And then on top of that, there's a lot of freeware that's coming to the mix as well. I've heard about, so we already know about the A32NX project, which is basically going to be like the Zebra mod for the A320 Neo. I saw XP72. He is another black flight sim YouTuber. I want to shout them out as well. I'll probably do it properly next video. He was flying an A321. It was like a port from maybe FSX, I think. It was in the Orbit Airlines livery. There was a port from there, but somehow they brought in the A320 cockpit from FS 2020 and kind of like got all that working together. So it's essentially another Airbus that you can fly. I don't know where you got it from, but it's pretty cool that they got it working. And hopefully they'll begin some extra liveries for it. Sounds were pretty good as well. Okay, we're coming on to 12,000 feet. Alright, so I guess another thing, if you guys noticed, I have so I've set up some new wing views. I'm really kind of doing some research since the last flight, just to make things like look a little cleaner, look a little better. So I got the Mega Pack, the Mega Livery Pack, I think that's what it's called. I'll have the link in the description, which kind of brings in a whole ton of liveries for a whole bunch of the aircraft for FS 2020. So this is one of them. But they have one for a bunch of the prop planes, have a ton of liveries for the A320 as well, and those are always getting updated. So if there's some other aircraft in Trinidad, you're going to probably see some like non-standard liveries there, which is going to be pretty cool. As I said, on top of that, I also got Navigraph because I just wanted more reliable charts. I noticed a lot of the charts that I had were really, really old, so I just said, let me just make the investment and get Navigraph. And I think that is about it for mods for now. Well, I wouldn't call Navigraph a mod, but you know, it's an add-on, I guess. Let's put it that way. So in the future, I'm also looking to get PAC-X, as I mentioned as well before, Pilot ATC, and the ultimate goal is to go to VATSIM, and that's going to be way down the line though. Alright, we've crossed 10,000 feet now. Let's go ahead and turn our landing lights on. And in Navigraph, we'll close out, and I just want to discuss where we're going to go when we land. Okay, so we have the runways, I don't care about that, taxi. Alright, so we're going to be landing on runway 10, and we're going to be parking in this GA ramp down here. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to probably try and go into gate 8 or gate 6 if it's free, or just anywhere inside here. I don't know, just wherever I can put the plane. but I'm gonna try and go for the turn off C when we land, and then we'll come back here. Yeah, Trinidad is not too complicated, luckily. I love how Navigraph actually gives you the option to have moving maps, so you could actually, like, when you get to the airport, you'll be able to actually like see an arrow on the runway. You can see exactly where you're going, and it just makes things a whole lot easier, especially for moving around. So I was a little reluctant to get Navigraph at first because I don't want to be paying more money than I have to, but I mean, this is an investment, right? And this is a good tool to have, so might as well just go for it. And I feel the same way about Pilot to ATC. I won't need to use that to get comfortable with actually like using all of the terminology, and that'll be my stepping stone for VATSIM. And once VATSIM's up and running, I'll probably just use that straight from there. Alright, so we are now crossing 7100. 50 nautical miles outside of Anelu. Right, so it looks like we'll hit it at 4100. Hoping that should be good. And once we hit 4100, we'll dial it down to 2500. And once we cross Anelu, we'll start the descent down to 2500. But yeah, as I said before, straight in approach, man. This is baby stuff right here, nothing crazy. So let's do it. Take a screenshot of this as well. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like it. Alright, so we hit 4500, and I'm going to wait until that settles, and then I'll dial in for the next descent. So if you look kind of far out, you'll be able to see the runway is straight ahead, and Port-au-Prince is kind of like out here off to our left. Can't really see it right now, but we will as we get closer. Alright, so I'm gonna just dial in 2500. And once we cross over Anelu, we'll drop down to there. So as far as the waypoints are concerned, it's 4100, you have to be here. 2500, 1700, should pick up the glide path, and then just cruise into the airport. And hopefully it'll be a smooth landing. Woo, look at that lightning bolt. Saw that just now? I also hate how yours, like, it seems like they have you sitting so low in the cockpit. I don't know why. It seems a little low to me. Here it looks a lot better. Okay. 2.5 nautical miles out. Hear that thunder? Crazy. So we should start being able to see Port-au-Prince a little better. Pretty close now. We've crossed over. Actually, have we? I don't know. I think we've crossed over Annalu. Let's descend down to 2,500 now. Yeah. As I said, runway is basically straight ahead. Alright, there's Port-au-Prince right there. On our left. The name of that cricket stadium is really bugging me now. I should know this. I don't know why I can't remember it. It's frustrating. Yeah, man, look at that. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I said Port-au-Prince. Port of Spain is what I meant to say. Alright, so coming down to 2,500 now. Alright, so I'm gonna dial the altimeter down to 700. Says 1,700. I should hit that fairly quickly. Alright. Okay, so passing Port of Spain on the left. Gonna go ahead and just drop a notch of flap. And I'm going to arm the approach because it should kick in. As soon as we cross that waypoint, I'm going to go ahead and lower the landing gear as well. So let's do that. For some reason the landing gear did not lower. Let's do the hard way. Alright, so we've actually captured the glide path. Gonna go full flaps down now. And we're gonna push our prop levers full forward. Just in case we got to do a go around, which shouldn't be an issue. We're actually captured on the glide path. Yeah, man, we're all set up. Alright, Just pay attention now. No mistakes.
500.
I'm gonna take over. Looking good, folks. Looking good. I think we got like a touch of a crosswind. Alright. Crossing the threshold. Power out. Smooth, smooth, butter, butter, butter. Not quite. Alright, reverse is on. Slam on the brakes, because we're going to try and make this guy. We didn't make it. Actually, no, sorry. Here's where we're going. Okay. Brakes. This is not where we wanted to go. No, we actually did miss it. That's fine though. The good Lord provided. Alright. Let's clean up the flaps. And landing lights are gonna go off along with the strobes. So taxi lights will come on, strobes are off. Alright. So we got down to one piece, which is good. And I'm going to try and go for gate 8. Gate 8 or gate 6? I have no idea if I'll make it though, because honestly I find this kind of confusing. So it should be 1, 2, 3. We go on the third one. It's 1. Let's see. This is where I get kind of confused here. 2. Let's do this. I think it's this guy, maybe? I have no idea. Okay, I could have sworn I saw a plane here a little earlier. Okay, I'm gonna admit I have no idea where I'm going. So let's just follow this guy. Alright. Let's go for a little more. And boop. Parking brake on. Sorry for the whiplash. So, parking brake set. Prop RPM down to idle. Taxi lights off. And in fact, let's turn off everything except for our navs. Let's cut our right engine, cut our left engine. Beacon can come off. Engine ignition off. Pitos off. Turn these alternate thingies off. Or the generators, I mean, sorry. And we'll turn this guy off. And lastly, the battery. Boop. Alright, folks. Well, that is it. We arrived safely here in Trinidad. I still can't remember the name of that cricket ground, which is pissing me off. It's really bugging me. It's been bugging me since we've been coming in for a landing. But I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. Things went a little smoother than episode 1, and hoping this one should be a little short as well. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Love to hear from you guys. Spread the video, please. And we'll be back again next week with another Caribbean adventure to where I'm not sure yet. We'll probably leave from here and see what's nearby. All right. So take it easy, everyone. And this is the Fly Island Guy, and I'll catch you later.